Today on the channel, we're getting a special preview of the upcoming Giant Man HasLab figure from Hasbro, which we will see on this channel, along with a funny story. But more about that in the future. Today we're looking at Hank Pym Giant Man and Janet Van Dyne Wasp on The Way I Got It Figured.
The Way I Got It Figured.
What's up, figure fans? We Got It Figured. Back with another Marvel Legends 2-pack review. We're doing 2-packs every weekend this month. And this is the third in the 2-packs that we've been doing. Got one more for next weekend, so we're just rolling right along. Grabbed Ant-Man and Wasp on Hasbro Pulse when they were released, I guess a week and a half ago. And they were not a pre-order, they were like an instant purchase. Thought they were going to be a pre-order, but they were ready to go. So it was a nice, pleasant surprise. And it continues, of course, the Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest program, which we've been getting less stuff from, but it's still continuing from last year. And boy, oh boy, was I excited to get these two, because they're going to help complete the original Avengers. Still got a couple of guys to go, but we're getting there. Right now, the focus is going to be on Hank and Janet, and we're going to get into it. So obviously, starting with the packaging, we're going to go over that, get the figures out, look at their accessories, pose them out a little bit, get some comparisons in, and get you out of here with some final thoughts. So starting with the packaging, we now have the open-faced version of the Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest program, Marvel Legends, 60 years of Earth's Mightiest. Some nice Jack Kirby artwork of Ant-Man, rather Giant Man and Wasp, mirrored on both sides of the box. And on the back you have a takeoff of Avengers number 4, Captain America Lives Again. Looks like somebody just, sort of copied Jack Kirby's, or maybe they just inked over it. I'm not sure. I don't know why they couldn't just use the original artwork, because honestly, the original artwork doesn't need to be improved upon. But there you go. Hank Pym, Giant Man, and Janet Van Dyne, Wasp. Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne use Pym particles to manipulate size and defend Earth as members of the first Avengers team. Which is interesting, because this is not the first Avengers team. This is the second Avengers team, in a sense. Hulk was out, Cap was in, and the rest is history. You have some legalese crap on the bottom. Let you look at the packaging. We're going to get them out and check them out. Our Giant Man and Wasp out of the package for all their accessories. They do come with quite a few things. I think we'll go over the figures first, and then the context of the accessories. Starting off this time with Wasp. This is her original outfit. She is, of course, updated with all the latest technology, and she's got a really nice face sculpt. Looks young enough. Very cool, very cool. So obviously she's got 2 holes in her back to accommodate the wings. Stands up pretty easily. It's a nice looking figure. Very nice. Got the antenna on her helmet, on her, mask, which articulates. It looks good. Looks really good. Next we've got Giant Man, and he's wearing a lab coat. The lab coat actually does look a little bit better kind of than it did in the video when they had it as sort of like jumbled up, but this is actually pretty on point. Got your portrait of Hank Pym, which is different than the one that comes with the Avengers West Coast version, I believe. But we'll see, as I don't have that one yet. Stress yet. From what I can see, he's pinless, but he appears to be on the Bucky Cap body, just with pinless arms and legs, or at least legs. Can't really tell. We're going to take the jacket off. Lab coat. Take it off here for a sec. You can see he doesn't have any pins either way. Sort of pull the sleeve out the other side. I'm gonna try to punch it through here. There we go. Just in case I need to put this back on. So looking at Hank, he's got a nice belt, and this is the Giant Man costume without a mask on. As you can see, yeah, this is definitely the Bucky Cap body. It's very slight compared to the Vulcan mold. And his head is like on here, of course, but without the lab coat, it actually looks kind of big. So what we will do is pop that head. I want to attach the mast head, but I'm wary of the antenna. Seems like it's on there. But the mast head definitely has a better fit. As you can see, it doesn't look like it's as overly large as his head with the hair did. And like I said, he's pinless on arms and legs. And interestingly enough, he's probably the very same dimensions as the Ant-Man Target exclusive figure from last year, which he probably should be, since he is Ant-Man. He started out as Ant-Man, learned how to increase his size, and became Giant Man. So, but he could also shrink back down if he wanted to. Nice, interesting attention to detail with the butterfly joint. the sort of V on the costume. It looks cool there. So looking at their accessories, Hank comes with 2 gripping hands to no doubt grab onto the beakers, but the beakers are definitely small on the small side, so he's not really holding them up. So there's that. Comes with a data pad of some kind. Do his experiments with PIM particles. Moving over to Wasp, she gets a nice alternate portrait without her helmet on. Two kind of flying hands or zapping hands for her Wasp sting. Articulated wings to go on her back. Flight. When she shrunk down or slightly shrunk down. Doesn't take much for her to shrink down to get the wings. Last but not least, a shrunken down Quinjet, which is probably my favorite thing in the set because it reminds me of the future version of Hank Pym that became basically Dr. Pym, and he wore the red jumpsuit. And he shrunk everything he needed down and then put it in his pocket. So the Quinjet would be even smaller there. But this is probably just him testing it out to see if he could shrink a Quinjet. And of course he could. So there's that. Alright. So I'm going to go over articulation real quickly. Probably won't do the full thing because we already know this is the Bucky Cat mold, so there's millions of videos at this point about that. Kick back to the far, kicks up pretty good. Being pinless. The knee. Well, as far as I can get his arm because this is tight, might have to give him a hot water bath. There you go. The old Bucky Cat mold. And as for Wasp, get the full T-pose. Get pretty decent splits. Kick up fairly high. Kick back not that well. Knee bend to about there. Elbow bend to there. looks up pretty good clip. Looks down a pretty good clip too. She's looking good. Let's get her wings on. Oof. Wings are not easy to get in. But when they're in, they look great. Good looking figure. Also going to mine the antenna. I'm going to take her head off. Back in these days, she didn't really appear too much without the helmet on. Future years we get Wasp with no helmet on. But she does look pretty decent with the head on. Do like it. Okay, starting with comparisons. We've got the Target exclusive Ant-Man figure from last year, who's also on the Bucky Cat body, the old Bucky Cat mold, but he is not pinless. He has pins. And then of course the modern Wasp. That's the only Wasp I have in my collection right now. And the portraits are much different because this one has the real scan technology and this is just an old head sculpt. Obviously this one isn't going to get replaced or anything because it's a different era of Wasp. But that's your comparison there. Next up, we have 80th anniversary Thor and 20th anniversary Cap, 20th anniversary of Marvel Legends, 80 years of Marvel Thor. And yeah, they look great together. Almost like they're meant to go together. I do feel that we need a Hulk that is an original Hulk with the sort of, you know, superhero underwear, the purple underwear. And we have the Golden Avenger version of Iron Man coming, so stay tuned for that. But we're still technically almost there. We're definitely almost there on one version or the other of the Avengers. I could actually right now get a version 3 Iron Man and stick them right there. You'd have that whole team. The 20th anniversary Iron Man is probably the best one to use for that. But yeah, they look great. It's almost a complete Avengers team. Alright, that's all I got for comparisons. I'm going to move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest, Giant Man, and Wasp. Obviously, these are meant to go with the HasLab Giant Man figure that should be released this fall. And a lot of people have feelings about how they are being released, that they didn't come with Giant Man. Things that, you know, you kind of figured kind of would. Hasbro decided to do this to keep the price down and everything like that. And actually, I'm actually good with it. I'd rather pay the money for these guys separate, be able to get them, not necessarily have to get the Giant Man, and you know, work it that way, rather than get the Giant Man and then not get these guys when they came out. So, you know, you kind of don't want these guys locked behind a paywall. because you could still build the roster, or at least a roster, without them, without having a Giant Man. So I'm kind of in the camp of no, it's good that they're not in there with him, but I do get why you would feel that way. Another thing that I would hope that they would do is make a medium-sized Giant Man, like around the same size as the Super Adaptoid figure. In fact, I would say that in the early issues, that's probably around the size that he topped out at anyway. He didn't get super duper uber large. So, you know, there's that too from an accuracy standpoint. But this is good to have him in his different sizes. It's very cool. You got a Hank Pym head to use. And yeah, I like them. So I'm very happy to get them. Thought it was going to be later in the year. Didn't know you were going to get Giant Man along with Wasp. We knew about the Wasp, but we didn't know exactly how we're going to get her. Now we know. They're here. They're looking good for your Avengers, original Avengers. And yeah, I'm pleased with them. Pleased with both of them. I'm going to go ahead and give this set a 10. I'm going to give them a set as a 10. I would say Wasp is the real 10, and Giant Man is like a 9. I do like that he's updated tech. You know, they're still using the Bucky Cat mode, but using it in good ways for characters that aren't massively muscular. You know, it still has a place in Marvel Legends. But I think Wasp is the star of the show, even though Giant Man comes with more stuff. So that's kind of my judgment on it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But that's going to do it for this one. We do have another 2-pack coming for next weekend. And I'm looking forward to that one too. Plenty more Marvel Legends. Plenty more of everything that we do here on the channel. So please stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, this is your first video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I do answer all comments. I've answered every single comment that's ever been commented on my channel. And I will continue to do that. Let me know what you think about these guys. Let me know what you think about Giant Man and the Wasp. Do you want to complete an original Avengers roster? All that kind of stuff. Hit me up in the comments. Till then, everybody stay safe. See you all on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.